However difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. There are grounds for cautious optimism that we may now be near the end of the search for the ultimate laws of nature. Life would be tragic if it weren't funny. I used to think information was destroyed in black hole. This was my biggest blunder, or at least my biggest blunder in science. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. To confine our attention to terrestrial matters would be to limit the human spirit. I'm not afraid of death, but I'm in no hurry to die. I have so much I want to do first. Most sets of values would give rise to universes that, although they might be very beautiful, would contain no one able to wonder at that beauty. My work and my family are very important to me. Work gives you meaning and purpose, and life is empty without it. There are too many accidents that can befall life on a single planet. We are just an advanced breed of monkeys on a minor planet of a very average star, but we can understand the universe. That makes us something very special. I have wondered about time all my life. The universe is not indifferent to our existence. It depends on it. Because there is a law, such as gravity, the universe can and will create itself from nothing. Even if there is only one possible unified theory, it is just a set of rules and equations. What is it that breathes fire into the equations and makes a universe for them to describe? My goal is simple. It is a complete understanding of the universe, why it is as it is, and why it exists at all. God not only plays dice, but also sometimes throws them where they cannot be seen. We are all different. There is no such thing as a standard or run-of-the-mill human being, but we share the same human spirit. One can't predict the weather more than a few days in advance. Even if it turns out that time travel is impossible, it is important that we understand why it is impossible. People won't have time for you if you are always angry or complaining. Not only does God play dice, but he sometimes throws them where they cannot be seen. What was God doing before the divine creation? Women, they are a complete mystery. Exploration by real people inspires us. I have so much that I want to do. I hate wasting time. I was never top of the class at school, but my classmates must have seen potential in me because my nickname was Einstein. No one can resist the idea of a crippled genius. There's no way to remove the observer, us, from our perceptions of the world. I believe things cannot make themselves impossible. I can't disguise myself with a wig and dark glasses. The wheelchair gives me away. People who boast about their IQ are losers. A zero-gravity flight is a first step towards space travel. The past, like the future, is indefinite and exists only as a spectrum of possibilities. Nothing cannot exist forever. Imaginary time is a new dimension at right angles to ordinary, real time. Time can behave like another direction in space under extreme conditions. I think the human race doesn't have a future if it doesn't go into space. In my opinion, there is no aspect of reality beyond the reach of the human mind. When one's expectations are reduced to zero, one really appreciates everything one does have. We should seek the greatest value of our action. Sometimes I wonder if I'm as famous for my wheelchair and disabilities as I am for my discoveries. I think it quite likely that we are the only civilization within several hundred light years. Otherwise, we would have heard radio waves. I think computer viruses should count as life. I think it says something about human nature that the only form of life we have created so far is purely destructive. We've created life in our own image. I believe alien life is quite common in the universe, although intelligent life is less so. Some say it has yet to appear on planet Earth. The universe is governed by science, but science tells us that we can't solve the equations directly in the abstract. Science predicts that many different kinds of universe will be spontaneously created out of nothing. It is a matter of chance which we are in. There is a real danger that computers will develop intelligence and take over. We urgently need to develop direct connections to the brain so that computers can add to human intelligence rather than be in opposition. In the past, there was active discrimination against women in science. That has now gone, and although there are residual effects, these are not enough to account for the small numbers of women, particularly in mathematics and physics. Science is beautiful when it makes simple explanations of phenomena or connections between different observations. Examples include the double helix in biology and the fundamental equations of physics. The universe does not behave according to our preconceived ideas. It continues to surprise us. I have spent my life traveling across the universe inside my mind. No matter how powerful a computer you have, if you put lousy data in, you will get lousy predictions out. There is no way that we can predict the weather 6 months ahead beyond giving the seasonal average. I am very aware of the preciousness of time. Seize the moment. Act now. It is said that there's no such thing as a free lunch, but the universe is the ultimate free lunch. The most remarkable property of the universe is that it has spawned creatures able to ask questions. Each exists for but a short time, and in that time, explore but a small part of the whole universe. Scientists tend to risk theories they admire. Or in other words, why does disorder increase in the same direction of time as that in which the universe expands? The eventual goal of science is to provide a single theory that describes the whole universe. As a father, I would try to instill the importance of asking questions, always. There are lots of things you want to do before your life is over. I have noticed even people who claim everything is predestined and that we can do nothing to change it, look before they cross the road. As often happens in science, discoveries are made in the pursuit of an elusive and sometimes non-existent goal. There should be no boundaries to human endeavor, however bad life may seem. While there's life, there is hope. This means it will take about 1,000 million years for the Earth to run into the sun, so there's no immediate cause for worry. An expanding universe does not preclude a creator, but it does place limits on when he might have carried out his job. If you understand how the universe operates, you control it in a way. The idea of 10 dimensions might sound exciting, but they would cause real problems if you forget where you parked your car. The human capacity for guilt is such that people can always find ways to blame themselves. The increase of disorder or entropy is what distinguishes the past from the future, giving a direction to time. When a book was published entitled 100 Authors Against Einstein, he retorted, "If I were wrong, then one would have been enough." We create history by our observation, rather than history creating us.